How's everyone? Good, good, good.
Now that you've seen Cole Beasley for 2 days, what are your thoughts of him? What kind of shape is he in?
Well, he got fresh legs. He got fresh legs. Cole's a veteran guy. When you first see him, you understand that he's been around football a long time, and you see why he's had the success he's had. He's very detailed. He's come in and actually had 2 good days of practice. Obviously, I mean, it's the first 2 days, but he looked good the first 2 days. So we're just trying to get him caught up just on the system, the wording, everything, where he'll need to be if he's needed. So we're just trying to get everyone ready.
And I know he was talking about last year's game, Bills, that overtime, like, they were just gassed because it was so hot and humid. How is he adjusting to the conditions, which aren't easy for anybody?
Yeah, it was hot out there today, but he'll get used to it. It takes a little time to get used to it down here, but I didn't see anything in practice. A game in practice is a lot different. Probably he was going more reps really in the game as opposed to what he did today in practice, but it takes a little time to get used to this down here. But he will. He's a veteran. He's a pro. He know how to do that.
How much can you expect out of him if needed on Sunday with just 3 days of practice to kind of absorb some of this offense?
I don't know yet, really. I can't really answer that question. We're just getting finished, really, with day 2. I want to look at the film, grade the film, but he's been doing well since he got here.
Byron, Tom was fairly frustrated, openly, right, during the game. You know how competitive he is. The guys are going to drop balls, and there's going to be, times you struggle. You were a quarterback. What have you learned about his moves on the sideline and how that can lead to other guys getting, wound up as well?
Normally when he get like that, he's not really mad at nobody else. That's how he gets on himself, really. If you know him well enough, when he really goes, he's really talking to himself most of the time. So we know Tom. We know Tom. Everything's fine. This is what he do. Things ain't going well. That's the good thing about having Tom on your team. Things ain't going well. You're going to get that reaction out of him, normally get the guys going. So that's excellent when you can get that from your quarterback.
Byron, you guys are 2-0, but you have 2 offensive touchdowns in 2 games. Short of getting healthier, first and foremost, what's the most important improvement they can make this week?
We're just trying to win. We're just trying to win. We don't care. There's no such thing as a bad win in this league, right? We played well a lot and lost a lot of football games, but we will switch any day of the week. So we're trying to do what we can right now to win football games. I love where we at, though. Honestly, I love where we at. We're improving in a lot of places that a lot of people don't know. So we'll get healthy and we'll get going, but health is not an excuse for us. We're supposed to play well every time we go out. We're just excited for the next opportunity to go out and see what we could do.
Byron, you said you're improving in some ways. What are some of those ways?
I think we're doing a better job getting the head on the head in the run game. I think it's a lot of things, to be honest with you. I could stand up here all day, but we're doing I don't. I got a job to do. Yeah, no, we just getting ready. Obviously, everything hasn't gone great for us early, but that's understandable. We'll be fine. We'll get ready to roll here.
Byron, you said that health isn't an excuse, but what kind of challenge is it for you this week and last week, given the pieces that you may or may not have?
Well, anytime you don't have your guys, right, you want to go out there and participate with your guys, your main guys. But I believe in these guys. That's why they on this squad. That's why they on this team. They all have a skill set that can help us win football games. So I believe in that. So when the guys out there, I just got to do a better job of putting guys in position to have more success. That's really how I view it. It's the way we're approaching games. We're approaching games. We're doing a lot of things that we want to do. We're just not executing in certain situational football moments that's biting us right now. I think we'll clean that up and fix it up, though.
I'll start on me and start charging for that. With that touchdown for Breshad, it didn't look like it was an easy rep to win, at the line of scrimmage. Just can you speak to kind of the improvements he's made with his releases?
I don't think no rep is easy in this league. I don't think no rep, no touchdown, everything you do in this league. We beat a really good football team last week, so everything counts. But it's BP. That's why we trust him. That's why I trust him. He's a guy that can play multiple positions. Since 2019, he's been making those plays for us. So we trust in BP. We understand what BP brings to the table. We just happy we have him for moments like this. When you have so many guys down, you got a guy in the huddle that you can trust, Tom trusts, and as you guys see, each time he get an opportunity, he makes plays, big plays for us to win ball games.
Speaking of 2019, he stepped in and had the game of his life against the Lions when Mike was already out, done for the year with a hammy. Then Chris leaves in the third quarter, and he goes and has 3 touchdowns. What can you say about a guy who gets an opportunity like that and just makes the most of it in that kind of way?
That's all I know of him. That's all I know of him since like I said, since 2019. He's come in here, has made big plays for us, huge plays for us. We expect that from him every time. That's what we really expect from BP, really, especially when he's healthy. He's capable of going out there and help us, and he get the opportunity. He always stand tall for us and find a way to make a play.
You guys were very proficient in the red zone last year, finished second in the league. I think it was like 67%. You haven't been there that often in the first 2 games, but you have struggled down there. Where are you seeing maybe the issues there?
We'll count them up at the end. I always tell you guys, count these things up at the end. We're in the first 2 weeks of the season. We'll take all the numbers that come with it. Once we get to week 17, we'll see where we at. But right now, we just got to execute. We just got to execute in every phase of the game, really, right now. Short yardage, red zone, third down. I think we could be better at a lot of situational spots in the football field, and we're working to get that done.
Byron, with Gio hitting the IR, this could open an opportunity for Keyshawn Vaughn to get more reps. How has he improved this year from training camp and the preseason all the way now heading into week 3?
Everything I've asked to Keyshawn from the beginning of the summer, I said, hey, these things you got to work on, he's gotten better at. He's gotten great with the ball in his hand. He's gotten really good with the ball not in his hand, right? That's always the key for young running backs, to be good on the grass when you don't have the ball. And he's done that since he got back this summer. Sneak has had one of the best camps out of anybody really all year, all summer. His summer was great. So he had a big improvement. We'll see what that means. We'll see what that means going forward. But Sneak's done a great job for us.
Brady, I've only given up 3 sacks in 2 games, and you talked about improvement in the run game. But short yardage is definitely an offensive line play. You had a 3rd and 1 and a 4th and 1 Sunday where you didn't convert. Are there things you'd point to for why those didn't work there?
Well, one of them we fumbled, right? One of them we fumbled, we put on the ground. One of them was a bad call by me. The other one we did a horrible job of executing. But that's what it really comes down to. You got 3 different reasons why we didn't convert those 3 third downs. I wish it was one singular thing that we can fix. But that's part of being early in the season. That's part of being early in the season, having a bunch of new guys in the huddle. That's a new squad out there really in the huddle, communicating in 2 tough environments, right? 2 environments where you couldn't hear anything and mistakes happen. So we're anxious, excited to be at home, and we just we'll improve, we'll get better from week in and week out. But I really do love where we at right now as an offense, even while we're not healthy.
Byron, I asked Todd yesterday if he's concerned about the older guys, the number of older guys who are dinged up, and he said in the NFL in 2022, with limited padded practices, limited reps in the preseason, stands to reason. Do you see it that way too?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is part of the game, really. It's really part of the game, regardless of how you look at it. We just got to get ready to roll. That's really how I see it. I don't put too much thought in that, young, old, whatever. The way I view it, we just want to go out and have the next opportunity to go out there and try to play well.
Obviously, it's early in the season, but you're running the ball a lot more than what we've seen in the past. Was that a point of emphasis coming into the year, or is it just circumstantial over the last 2 games?
It's this year's team right now. It's this year's team right now. It's where we at right now. That's what we feel as though the best thing to do to have the best chance to win these football games. We'll see. We'll see. It's not nothing, obviously, with the injuries that you have, right? We can't be what we were last year going into the end of last year, but we're not expecting to be. We're expecting to be the 2022 Buccaneers. We'll see how it all turn out, but I like the direction we're heading.
Are you concerned how much of the load that Leonard Fournette is being asked to carry right now and whether he can sustain that? It's been a lot.
It's been a lot early in 2 tough ball games. The thing with Lenny, you trust him so much in them ball games, it's tough to take him out. It's tough to take him out of the ball game because he do so many things well. He do so many things well, and you can trust it in those environments, right? In those type of environments. And like I said, Lenny had one of his better games here as a Buck last year. The stats won't show that. Nothing will show that. But we know as we watch tape what we asked him to do. That was an A-plus game by Leonard Fournette. We're just happy to have someone so multiple that can do so many different things for us. It's a blessing to have Lenny. But we do have to work more guys in to give more guys more opportunity, understanding it's a long season.
of those guys, Kyle Rudolph, you hadn't had a chance to utilize yet. How much of a factor can he be, given the fact that he's actually played the Packers 18 times and knows them pretty well, I think?
Yeah, but I think he's been with New York, so I don't think he's been in that division. I think he's with the Giants last year, so I don't know if playing a team a bunch of times with a different defensive coordinator really matter. I mean, he may have went to play those guys a bunch, but it's a different defensive coordinator. Defensive coordinator only been there 2 years, so last year he was in New York. So I don't know if that'll help him. That's probably really a question you have to ask Kyle.
Okay, thank you.
I got it.